Back in December of 2021, I talked about a crypto that I personally invested in that I thought had huge potential to be a top performing metaverse and top gaming project for 2022. And since this point in time, project has done extremely well. We've seen a number of major updates. We've seen a $21 million investment rounds from some of the biggest names in the space. And I want to do a bit of a recap on this because they just recently had a major KuCoin listing. They've had a few other major listings, and it's something that I've never sold, continue to hold in my portfolio. And if you're newer on the channel or you followed me a while back, you probably haven't heard of this project in a while. So today's video, I want to do a bit of an update on Sidus Heroes. Its symbol is SIDUS. It is currently available to be traded on a number of major exchanges, from KuCoin to Bitfinex, to Gate.io, to Bybit, Bitmart, and many more. And this is a project that recently had a $21 million funding round led by Animoca Brands. There was Blocktopia, Polygon, Master Ventures, OKEX, and many more companies involved in this round. And they've just made some major moves since we first talked about them back in December of 2021. So that was a while ago. So first thing is I want to go over some important updates, and then we'll talk about some new announcements with games and the company. First thing I want to just touch on is when you look at my video from December 2021, you could see its website, Sidus NFT Heroes. But when you look at its current website, you could definitely see the massive impacts that funding round had on the company, because when you look at their website, it is completely different, completely revamped, and you could see its level of graphics and level of design and intention put into its website. But when you're looking at the company, Sidus Heroes is the first ultimately WebGL AAA level game. It's a play-to-earn game. It's a gaming metaverse and has a unique economy model. Ultimately, it was created by an international team of blockchain professionals, and this PvP gameplay is centered around space exploration, intergalactic conquest, and offers an abundance of different earning opportunities, whether you just like to buy NFTs, whether you like passive income and you want to hold NFTs that are used in the game, or if you are just looking to make investments in different cryptocurrencies. Me personally, I'm more of just that crypto investment aspect. I don't use NFTs as much. I'm not a big gamer, but they have multiple advantages to making money in a number of different ways. In addition to this, Sidus Heroes is an ecosystem that ultimately consists of a few different business layers and units that we need to talk about. The first is their game dev unit. This is the unit that creates the core gameplay and economic design for all the metaverse. You could see this direct impact first just by looking at their website and by going into the game itself, completely revamped from what we saw back in December of 2021. Second is going to be the blockchain unit, which provides in-house innovative layer 2 solutions and DeFi services. This is why it is play to earn and NFTs integrated into the game, because there are countless games that have good graphics out there, but usually the games with the best graphics don't also have play to earn aspects in them, and Sidus Heroes has both of them. The third is Sidus Gates. This is the game publishing house for which which will ultimately serve as the onboarding point for indie and mid-level GameFi projects. As I said, it's like a total metaverse ecosystem, which is why we first talked about it back almost over a year ago, is because of that aspect of creating a whole entire metaverse, a whole ecosystem for blockchain games. And the fourth is the Sidus browser engine. Sidus' own browser gaming engine with top efficiency and accessible for all players makes it a game that is extremely fast, extremely great graphics, and a place where I've seen a lot of people start to play. So with Sidus, they've had a few major updates as of recently. First of which is that their Twitter has been growing tremendously, currently at over 352,000 followers. And as of recently, they listed on KuCoin. Depending on when you're watching this, they still have a trading competition going on KuCoin, where basically the trading competition is that by March 3rd, they're going to be sharing a prize pool of $30,000 and exclusive robot NFTs valued at a few $1,000s as well. And all you need to do to be eligible for that is trade crypto, trade Sidus, obviously, SIDUS, and you'll be entered to win. It just ranks it off of trading volume. So That's how it's based off of. Higher the trading volume, the more likely chance you have of winning that prize pool of $30,000 and the exclusive NFTs. In addition to this, what we've seen with Sidus is that it has a few other main things. If you didn't watch our previous video on it, there are two main tokens. Like I said, Sidus, S-I-D-U-S, which is listed on KuCoin and all the major exchanges, but they also have their native token, which is Senate, S-E-N-A-T-E. This is a native token for the ecosystem that is their governance political token. So they have the governance political token, which is Senate, and they have the university utility token, which is Sidus. So those are like the two different aspects. Senate is used for like governance decisions, elections to become a senator or a president of the game, real estate like inside the game, and Sidus is used for like internal game processes. So those are the differences. Next thing I want to go over is their modular economy. So since we last spoke, there's been a few major changes to this. They have something called a modular economy, and you can see this on their website, but ultimately the modules, this feature ultimately allows you to become a co-owner of the game, which is unlike something we've seen in any space, any crypto game before. They have a new game, which is called Xenna, X-E-N-N-A, and that is going to allow people with this modular economy to become owners of, like co-owners of the game from the very beginning. But if you're looking at this, you can see that it says the number of investors that are investing in each of these modules. You can see it at the bottom left, and you could also see some of these are already closed. They're not open anymore, but some of them are still open. In addition to this, there's also Xenna Arc, which this module is ultimately providing royalties to its investors from all transactions in Xenna. People with NFTs from Logum collection will be able to invest in it, and you can see all these specific details when you just click expand more. You can see all the details of that. So they have a number of different modules where you can invest in, have different benefits of that. It allows you to become a co-owner of the game, and by investing in these different modules, you can have different sources of potential passive income. So you can see, like, for example, with the store module, there's been an ROI of very significant, over 7,300%, and that's what it is. When a game succeeds long term, you get in early. It's not guaranteed, but it's something that you can see that it's a way to generate passive income, get significant returns by getting in early, especially with these modules. When we're looking at this for the modules, you could also see a few key, specific details. With the modules, the idea of becoming a co-owner is something that we haven't seen and is very important. It's where a lot of people have made significant amounts of money, and I took part in this a while back because I have been invested in the project since December of 2021. So the way it works is Arc module, which is like Xenna, is a way where it can be easily monetized. Everyone can play it. And all these modules on the central station have an aspect where players can invest. You can see how many people have invested. You can see the potential ROI. You can see all of that. But nevertheless, it's changing. It all depends on the success of the game long term. So just keep that in mind. A few things I want to talk about are going to be with the actual gameplay. When you're looking at the game, you click on play, and you can see that it says strategy, shooter, and battler. If you click on strategy, it says Xenna. If you click on shooter, it has another game, and if you click on battler, it has another one. You can see that there's different ones. I want to talk about Xenna, which is under the strategy section. All you have to do is ultimately they have a cross-platform strategy where you can easily download on PC or Mac. Once you go ahead and download that, then Xenna is a real-time strategy battle royale game where 10 players collide on a map surrounded by like a storm that is consistently making the map smaller, and the game session lasts 6 minutes. The gameplay is unreal. I would recommend going and checking it out, but if you're not a big gamer, don't worry. I think it's still worth checking out, at least if you're going to be making an investment like I did. I'm not a big gamer. I don't play games very much, but I did check it out simply because of the fact that I invested in it. Last few things I want to talk about with this project are going to be a few major things with the token. So like I said, Sidus is a token that is continuing to make major listings on exchanges. We've seen recently their exchange listing with KuCoin, but they have plans of listing on other top tier exchanges very soon. Their top tier exchanges right now are like KuCoin, Bybit, and Gate.io, but this is something that I'm always keeping an eye out on. I had gotten it before they had listed on KuCoin, before they had listed on many of these exchanges, and that is how you start to, make a profit long term. You find projects that have really solid teams, that have really good graphics, that have major partnerships, and then you invest in them early. And that is what we have done with this token. We've talked about it for years now, and I just want to do a bit of an update on it, really with their game, Zena, a little bit about their Battle Royale, some features of that, and just let you know that it is available to be played right now. If you want to go ahead and play it, you simply go to play now, you click on strategy, you go ahead, you see it says Zena, and then you could download it for PC or Mac and start playing. So just let me know your thoughts on this project. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and definitely worth checking out their trading competition that's going on to March 3rd. Enter to win that $30,000 of prize pool money.